So here's how you can create an engaging visual story using Microsoft 365 Copilot. Since its launched, I've been a big fan of the Create module or Create feature on 365 Copilot, which is an area that you can go to for all of your visual functionality. And it really has become a go-to feature for me and has pretty much replaced Canva. So if you need to create any visual content such as images, perhaps videos, although it's not quite there yet on the videos, but it's very strong on images and photos, but also a visual story, which it's particularly strong at, and that's what I'm going to demonstrate today. So let's take a look. So to access the Create module, what you need to do is go to the sidebar. So we're going to click on that and then scroll down to Create. And then we're now in the Create area, and you see we've got a number of options across the top here, and we're going to go for Story, which is particularly useful and quite innovative. Great for social media content or training content, that kind of thing. So let's take a look. So just going to click on Story, and you can see I've got a pre-prepared prompt here that was taken from one of the suggested prompts down below. In fact, it was this one here. So these suggested prompts are very useful, so you can see the output of each story, and then if you hover over, you actually get the prompt. So you just need to click the box and then the prompt will pop into the chat window here. So got the prompt set up. We could go for different colors. And so what we're going to do is actually use one of my pre-set up brand kits. So I'm going to go for the Pollinger Social brand there. Glassmorphic is the style, which I think is probably suitable for this particular kind of visual content, but we've got lots of options here, as you can see. And then you've got size, portrait, so let's stick with portrait, so we'll go for that. And if I then hit Create button, it will now put the story together. So you can see that this story is going to have 5 panels, which is perfect for your typical sort of social media carousel. And then once it's complete, you can get a sense already that you can download it from the grayed out button here. You can open it in PowerPoint, which for say LinkedIn is ideal because once it's in PowerPoint, you can just save it as a PDF, which is the perfect format for a LinkedIn carousel. So all in all, it's a pretty useful feature. It'd be nice if it starts to take effect soon. And you can see that it is sending various messages, so it is working. And then the good news is that after it is completed, you can then edit it. So you can go into edit mode and change various aspects of your story, which essentially means it's going to start again. So of course you could put in a completely fresh prompt and do it that way. But if you want to make a few editing minor changes, let's say, then you can do that by going into Clipchamp, which is one of the editing tools that Microsoft have built into Windows. So you can now see the visual images start to populate the 5 cards here, and we're getting various messages. Looks as though it is beginning to finalize each of the panels. Still got adding content here, which hopefully soon will switch to finalizing, and then we will be able to see the resulting output. So nearly ready any second now. Hopefully that will be done, and then we can download and take a closer look. So good timing because it's now just finishing up. You can also see that you can just copy it and drop it in any way you like once it's completed as well. So none of the issues with rogue spelling that used to have sort of about, well, as little ago as 6 months ago with AI. So perfect spelling and text. and nice clear images as well. So and there we go, it's now created it. So we can now view our visual story within PowerPoint, the positive effects of hybrid work models, and we can browse through that. So that's page 2, page 3, page 4, and the final page, page 5, all in brand colors, and even got the logo on the top left there. So we've got a visually engaging story with perfect spelling. Perfect for social media and for training materials. Hope you found that useful.